Alright everybody, long before there was ever a John Wick, there was a John Lee. Let's do it. Okay everybody, today we are taking a look back at a stylized action flick that should be way more recognized than what it is and should be way more remembered than as it stands. We are taking a look back at 1998's The Replacement Killers. But before we go any further, once and again, and as always, to the trailer.
In theaters around the world, where action is almost a religion, they worship a hero. And on February 6th, he arrives. Chow Yun-Fat is John Lee, a deadly assassin.
Which brings us to your task. It involves a cop.
In a dangerous world.
After that, your obligation to me ends.
Where the fastest way to die is to refuse to kill.
There's been a problem. Bring in professionals. Men of John's talent.
Eddie, I need a passport.
I know this broad. Her name's Meg Coburn.
I want forged documents.
Okay. You said forged.
So what's the time frame?
Immediate.
Now, the replacements are here.
Don't turn around.
Cops?
Assassins.
You're getting yourself killed for a cop?
Not a cop. A 7-year-old boy.
And they're going to stop them. From executive producer John Woo.
What did you get me into?
You two make a cute couple.
International action star Chow Yun-Fat. And Academy Award winner Mira Sorvino.
So what made you assume that I could jack a car?
Lucky guess.
The Replacement Killers. Directed by Antoine Fuqua.
Okay everybody, this motion picture was directed by Antoine Fuqua. He was really a music video director in the early 90s, and this was his first foray into full-length motion pictures. But he's gone on to do some other really cool stuff. I mean, he's done The Equalizer, he's done The Equalizer 2, he did Olympus Has Fallen, and Southpaw, and Tears of the Sun, and Training Day, and the 2016 version of The Magnificent Seven. So his name is out there. He's in the game. He's done some movies that you'll know. Does good work. What more can you say? This was his first foray into full-length motion pictures, and this thing kicks ass. Okay, playing John Lee is Chow Yun-Fat. I've heard him one time referred to as the Cary Grant of the Orient. God damn it, he is. This guy is awesome. He's been in some cool shit, a bunch of John Woo flicks. We'll get into all that, whatever. But he's been in some stuff you really got to look up. He was in a monstrously awesome movie called Hard Boiled that you have to see. You have to see. He was in The Killer. He was in The Corruptor and Bulletproof Monk, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Anna and the King, Dragon Ball Evolution, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. He was in The Last Tycoon, and a zillion movies overseas. This guy is awesome. He's legendary. He's one of my favorites. Chow Yun-Fat is the shit. Playing Meg Coburn is Mira Sorvino, who in this motion picture does a great job, and this was her peak of ever being like the hot Mira Sorvino. I mean, she is fucking smoking in this motion picture, just throwing it out there, just, you know, whatever. But, been in a lot of things. We're talking about, she's been in stuff like Quiz Show, and Mighty Aphrodite, and Mimic, which was fun as shit, and Free Money, and Romeo and Michelle's High School Wedding, and The Summer of Sam, and At First Sight, Wise Girls, and Drowning, in The Gray Zone, which gets way too overlooked. She's been in some really cool stuff, really good career. Might not be in the big name stuff that you see going on right now, but it is what it is. In this, she was awesome. Hey, that's all you need. Okay, playing Zedkov is Michael Rooker. Been around for a long time, people. A long time. Good actor. Been in tons of shit. Anyway, away we go. He's been in stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy and Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, and Jumper, and The Sixth Day, and The Bone Collector, and fucking Cliffhanger, and JFK, and Tombstone, and Mallrats, and my absolute favorite thing he's ever been in, Slither. If you haven't seen Slither, check out Slither. It's a fun throwback to like fucking 50s horror. I mean, I'm telling you, go check out Slither. It's a fun ride. Okay, playing Kogan. Kogan is Jürgen Prochnow. Oh my God! I just mentioned a movie that he was in not too long ago because it's one of my favorite foreign movies of all time, which is Das Boot. But whatever, we're jumping ahead of ourselves. Phenomenal actor. Anyway, been in a bunch of good shit. We're talking he's been in stuff like The English Patient, in Dune way back in the day, in Primeval, in The Poet, in Wing Commander, in Judge Dredd. But as I said, there's two movies he's always going to be synonymous for me in, and that is Das Boot, which is fucking amazing, and John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness, where he played Sutter Kane. Have you read any Sutter Kane lately? Oh, good shit. Okay, playing Terence Way. And everybody's afraid of Terence Way. It's Kenneth Tsang. Now, been in some stuff, mostly overseas work, really, to be honest. But he's been in some stuff over here, too. We're talking he's been in stuff like, Die Another Day, and Rush Hour 2, and he popped up in Anne and the King also, and Up for the Rising Sun. So he's been in some stuff, but most of his film work is definitely over in China. But does a phenomenal job in this, carries his part, does what he needs to do. Okay, playing Loco is Clifton Collins Jr. This guy's popped up in a fucking million motion pictures, people. We're talking he was in stuff like Capote and Traffic and Homeboy, The Mule, and Star Trek, and The Rules of Attraction, and on tons of TV, from Crisis Center to NYPD Blue to Walker, Texas Ranger, you know what I mean? He's played everything from gangbangers to cops to nerds, you know it, he's been in there, done it. Oh, and popping up his Collins. Haha, not much of a speaking role in this, I think he only says one sentence, but you gotta give respect to the Trejo. Danny Trejo, that is. Anyway, you know him. He's been in like 400 fucking things, folks. I can't even... Okay, I'm just gonna spit some shit out. We're talking he's been in stuff like From Dusk Till Dawn, and Machete, and Predator, and Sherry Baby, and The Devil's Rejects, and Spy Kids, and Triple X, and Anaconda, and Con Air, and Heat. He's been in... Did I say Predator or the Predators? It was Predators, the one that came later where they brought the people to the planet and they started hunting them. Not the one with swords in it. Well, whatever, fuck it. Anyway, been in 5 quadrillion things. He's a celebrity now just for being Danny Trejo. I mean, he's in his 70s now. He's an old guy. But been around a long time, popped up in the quadrillion motion pictures, and he's fucking Trejo. That's all you need to know. He actually owns Trejo's Tacos, too. Who can... fuck it. Let's keep going. Okay, everybody, I try to do this in 90 seconds or less, as always, or to the best of my ability. I mean, it is what it is. I try to make it fast. Anyway, you have Terence Way, big-time dealer, big-time goddamn mobster. He is what he is. And he has a son who's making some deals and has some shit going down. Well, the police have a sting one night. Michael Rooker moves in, arrests everybody, but his son doesn't want to go peacefully. He gives him every shot. Bullets exchange. The son goes down. Doesn't go over well with Terence Way. Just throwing it out there. Anyway, Terence Way decides to bring in an assassin. An assassin who owes him 3 hits. Is the way it is. He's already done 2, They were mobsters, scumbags. He doesn't really care about them, so he does the job. But this time he gets brought in to settle the score with the police. But the problem is, he's given a task that even he can't do. See, he's not supposed to kill the officer. He is supposed to kill the officer's son in his arms. Even Chow Yun-Fat says no to that. Anyway, that puts him in a bad way with Terence Way, and before you know it, they bring in these 2 guys, these replacement killers, and they're going to take out the kid, and they're also trying to take out Chow Yun-Fat. Oh, and by the way, John Lee's got to get the hell out of the country and get back to China, because Terence Way is going to kill his family. See, that's how Terence Way deals with people. Threatens your family, so you work for him. So he's got to get out of the country, but he needs a passport. In the need of getting a passport, he comes across Meg Coburn, Mira Sorvino. Really hot. Anyway, the 2 of them, through happenstance, kind of team up, begrudgingly at first, but not begrudgingly later, and they go out there to stop these 2 killers from killing that child, and to do what they have to do to Terence Way, and to get him the hell out of the country so he can get back to China and protect his family. That's kind of the gist of it. You get the idea where this is going. It's an action flick. It's not fucking Gone with the Wind. Okay, everybody, what makes this motion picture great? Because it delivers on exactly what it set out to deliver. This is 110% an action movie. Through and through, top to bottom. It's not a fucking comedy. It's not a super drama. It's not even a titty exploitation flick. It's an action movie. 110%. This thing was done in the tradition of a John Woo movie, who Chow Yun-Fat made several flicks with over in China, and they were legendary motion pictures, and you should check them out. John Woo came over and actually produced this and helped choreograph some of the fight scenes. He has a very distinctive look, and with that, Antoine Fuqua used that very distinctive look in this motion picture. It makes the gunplay look very balletic, very, there's an art to it. And this motion picture shows it. It shows the lineage to the John Woo flicks, has Antoine Fuqua's music video styling, vibe, movement, go, go, go type feel, and it just works all together as a package in and of itself. When you watch this motion picture, honestly, think to yourself John Wick to a degree, because this to me was like John Wick before there was a John Wick. The only thing is that there's not all these martial arts fights in it, you know what I mean? It's just gunplay. That's what John Woo was about, and that's what Fuqua did in this motion picture. He gave you a movie that is just massive amounts of gunfire, massive amounts of bullets flying back and forth, making it look balletic and pretty and all this other kind of stuff. And Chow Yun-Fat, because he's done so many of those motion pictures, is perfect in this motion picture. He is spot on in tone, in vibe, the way he delivers, the way he moves. You name it, he gives it to you. There's really, if you even look at the story, an assassin, family ties, kind of turned against some of the people he works for, blah, blah, blah. There's this, John Wick was looking back in history when he's seen this. And there's actually a great line in this motion picture where he actually says, he goes, I'm going to need guns. And I'm like, oh, fucking Jesus Christ, they use that right in goddamn the next year later in fucking The Matrix? Is what it is. This movie is stylized. This movie is 110% not one of those 70s movies where everything's supposed to feel gritty and realistic and all that kind of shit. This movie is kind of like an 80s movie done in a 90s way. It's way over the top. It's completely ridiculous. And it's completely stylized. The lighting is stylized. The angles are stylized. The movement is stylized. It goes from fast to slow motion to balletic. This is a stylistic movie. Everybody, if you want to watch a really cool motion picture that has a music video kind of vibe to it, has 80s over the top shit to it, is beautifully shot, beautifully directed, and incredibly well acted. It has a cast that is just fucking insanely good. And if you look in the background in this motion picture, literally every bad guy that popped up in 80s flicks is a bad guy somewhere as a henchman in this motion picture, which makes it even fucking better. Get out there and watch The Replacement Killers. All right, everybody. I'm out of here now. Anyway, take care. Be good to each other. Look out for each other. Get out there. Watch The Replacement Killers. Let me know what you think about this motion picture. Criminally overlooked. Criminally underrated. I wish they would have always made a sequel because there's a great little love story going on between fucking John Lee and Mira Sorvino, well, okay, Meg Coburn, that develops as this thing goes along. We can really see that they're making a connection. And I wished they would have made a part 2 to it just to see where that went, because it was like so cool. And when the goodbye scene at the end is so good, I'm giving you too much again. I gotta get out of here. Stop this shit. Anyway, be good. Take care. And don't ever take any bullshit from anybody. Peace out.